Good afternoon, everybody. It is October 30th, and I am going to go over this chart today. Here, let me zoom out. I don't know why I started. Whoops. I don't know why I started the video when I didn't have the full day's picture ready. But today was a downtrend day, but it didn't break through the overnight lows until it looks like it might try and do it right now with a big sell-off. But this was the trend. This was the overnight low. Here, let me take the crosshairs off. Overnight low right here. Overnight highs right there. Broke through early and after the open, but it didn't trend higher. Shortly after the open, so right before 7, you'd probably have this midline. You might have it as the bottom of your channel, but if you drew it off these two swings right away, and you were searching for that midline or that bottom line of the channel, you could have found that before 7, and that's something I did not see. I haven't been doing well the past couple of days in terms of the trading on the simulator. And I think it's just like I need to understand that you can't have distractions. If you have other responsibilities, just step away from for a little bit. And always zoom out to check out your trend lines. I didn't see a lot of trades going over the chart the first time around, but maybe when I'm going through it here, maybe I'll see some more. So we had this trend down within the overnight highs. Let's see. Let's take a look. So yeah, shortly after the day started, it looked like it might be a range day early this morning. So you get this bounce off the trend line and starts moving down. Little corrections. And Mac even said yesterday, when you get these little bars, the trend is going to be down. But the corrections were stronger than the example he was saying yesterday. And prices are on both sides of the EMA. So we get this move down. I probably should have drawn a channel for that move down. And I didn't see anything I liked there. If you have this midline drawn after these 3 touches, you might be aggressive and go long there, but I'm not going to do it. Get this move up. And just don't get a good signal bar to go long right here. That would probably be a second entry long. And we have this channel up. Here, let me make this larger. Yeah, you don't get a good signal bar here to go long. Maybe you would take this on a higher low. Yeah, but that signal bar is not that strong. So yeah, we just move up. There's an overshoot, and then it makes a couple legs up, and then it breaks. I don't think you can go short anywhere there either. We have this strong move down. Let's draw that. Strong move down. Breaks. Moves to a new low, but that's within the larger channel that developed a little later. And yeah, I'm just not getting good signal bars in here. This actually, I'm seeing this now. This is a lower high, and it closes beneath the EMA on a range day. And if you have your downward trend drawn, you might take that. So I'm gonna, especially this has been happening a lot lately. Shortly after the open, prices make a move that makes it look like they're going higher, and then they kind of do that. This is exactly what's been happening. Is we get this channel up, and then it breaks, and just the floor drops out from underneath it. It's almost like a repeat pattern. This happened all week, and still we're not getting any good signal bars really. You might fade this one, but it's kind of a neutral bar. This green bar right here. You don't get many higher lows. This one, you might fade that, but it just looks congested. congestive. But that is a lower high, excuse me. And it's a nice signal bar. So let me mark that as aggressive. Again, we're making more moves down. Might take that if you're being aggressive too. That bounce off the trend line, top of the trend line, close to the EMA. But that's a first entry as well, right? And it's kind of like a second entry, actually. Actually, yeah, let's mark that. That's a second entry short. So I'd say it's aggressive only because the signal bar is not that strong. And then it gets a little bit congestive here, or at least the channel starts to flatten out right here. And you get a break. And again, no, we don't get a good signal bar. We're just getting green signal bars. Here, these higher lows, or excuse me, these lower highs, they're just green signal. They're green bars, and we're looking for nice red bearish bars. And so here we come down here. If you have the bottom of your trend line channel drawn, you might hesitate to take this, but it is a second entry short off the EMA in a pretty strong downtrend for the most part. And there's plenty of room to scalp out. So I think that's okay. But I understand why if you have this line drawn here, you might be a little hesitant. So then the prices bounce off the lower end of the trend line, the day's trend line, and we start moving up. This looks pretty aggressive, especially since we know prices are moving down. This looks aggressive, taking this as a signal bar, but it's testing this low a lot, and there's room to scalp out. So I could see why some people might take that. I'm noticing here, looks like we got a little bit of a trap. People went long above this bar right here probably, and boom, drops down. If you're continuing to go short, prices were kind of ranging right here, across here. So I might see people take this. It's far away from the EMA as well. Then you get this, it bounces off the midline, comes back up. This also looks like a trap right here. You get this nice bullish signal bar bounces off the midline of this channel and the EMA. But people might have scalped out on this one. That's actually yeah, they 50, 45, 50, yeah, 47. You would have scalped out on that bar. And it's like a third entry technically, but it looks like a second entry long. So you know what? I might even mark that. And this bar right here also looks like a second entry long, and that's why I marked that. That's a good bullish signal bar. Bounces off the trend line. If you had it drawn off these highs, shoots right up to the other side of the channel. You get a higher low if you want to enter there. But that's right into the midline, so I'm actually not going to mark that. Then we shoot above the day's trend line midline. Bounces off the top. Comes down. Then we get some higher lows off the midline, which is why I marked them. Oh, lower high. I'm sorry, I keep saying that wrong. These are lower highs off the midline. Both the midline at the short-term trend and the long-term trend. So that's why I marked those. Here we got a nice signal bar, but I didn't know if prices were going to make a new high from that short-term trend, so that's why I didn't do it. Also, it kind of looks like there's a channel down. Oh, wait, that would help us, though. So let's draw this real quick. That would make us want to take that. Yeah. Yeah, if you draw that, here, I'll make it blue so it's easier to see. If you had that line drawn, you might want to take that. But it's a little bit congestive. I don't know. That's a judgment call. And then it shoots up. So what's this? 8:49. I only got 5 minutes left. I gotta move and groove. I didn't like any. This is like a spike in channel almost. Spike into congestion into an upward channel. I didn't like any of these signal bars. If you want to go short here on this one, you would have scalped out, but that's a strong move up. You don't get many good signal bars to go long. Strong move up again. Might be a measured move. So I did draw this arrow. Let's take a look at that. Hopefully I can take a look at that real quick. So prices here bounced off. If you check out this bottom of this what is that? Bottom of this move right here where prices bounced and went up. They stopped here when they were going up. So I measured the area, the distance from the bottom of this leg to the top of this leg, and then I moved that all the way over here, and look at that, that's a perfect measured move. And then look, it stops and bounces down here again, almost a perfect measured move. So that's market geometry going to work. And as Mac said yesterday in his video, this stuff is not random. People, whoever says the market is random, I probably would have believed them before I started studying Mac's system, but it is not random. So then we have this downward channel again. Note the signal bars just weren't any good, or at least the way I was watching it. You might take, I'm seeing this is actually a second entry short off the EMA. Yeah, so I'm seeing more than I saw the first time I went through it, and that's why we go through it. Super aggressive traders might take this small bar near the midline, hoping it goes up, but this is a downtrend day. Hits the top of the channel again. Unfortunately, this lower high isn't a good signal bar, but then we get a lower high here. And if you took that, that's a great trade. Then got like a test of this low here with a good signal bar to go long above. A lot of room back to the EMA. That's why I marked it. Then we have a double test here. But look, if you went long above this bar, wouldn't have triggered, so you would have been fine. And prices, may I point out, prices were hanging out by these overnight lows, and they couldn't really break through them. So here we get that first test. It bounces, goes into this upward channel, and this takes us into 12 o'clock. We get this confirmation of the channel. You can go long above that. Good signal bar, probably a bunch of trapped shorts, and it works. You scalp out. Then you got this aggressive. I marked this as aggressive just because the top of the channel is right there, but it's a second entry long at the trend line, a little bit above the EMA. And then prices are trying to, they're trying to break through this overnight, or I mean not this overnight, this long-term trend line. It doesn't break through. It doesn't close into this short-term green channel. It closes beneath the long-term channel. I'll go short there. Looks like there's room to even scalp out before the EMA. And that's it for today. Here, we'll take one last look. And please, especially today, I just felt like I wasn't doing well. So maybe if there were things I missed, please offer any feedback. All right, have a good weekend.